What's up, guys? Today we're talking about how to get your music into commercials. This is TV commercials and radio commercials. Commercials have some of the highest potential for earnings because you get typically some big sync fees as well as good back-end royalties from your PRO. It's a lot of people's goals to have commercial placements, and they pay well. If you got a bunch of these, then I think you could make a living with your music with sync licensing. Commercials are going to air. The whole point of it is that they air so many times. Might go 100 times a day or whatever. It could be on different TV stations. It could be broadcast internationally. All these things are good. Here are some things you can do to increase your chances of getting commercial placements. Number one, create coherent cut downs for your songs. Most commercial placements are going to be either 30 seconds or 60 seconds. Sometimes it could be 15 seconds. But they want a track that is exactly 30, 60 seconds so that it can line up with the commercial. I'm going to do another video on how to create these cut downs pretty soon, so watch out for that. Typically, you write a full-length cue, and you'll cut it down to 30 seconds or 60 seconds and make sure that it has all the parts that you want in there. It has a hard ending and obviously no fade-outs. Another thing you can do to increase your chances of commercial placements is listen to a lot of commercials. You're exposed to commercials every day, I'm sure, on the radio, on TV, everything, YouTube. Listen to the music in these commercials. See what they're doing. I know there's so many styles that it's not just one style of music that gets placed in commercials. You're going to see everything. I've heard like heavy metal, rock, pop, obviously, piano underscores, really anything. It could be anything and everything. Stomp and clap, rock is popular sometimes. Listen to them, see what they're doing, see how minimalistic they are doing things, because there's usually dialogue on top of a commercial. So you want to make it so that the track is good, can work as an underscore. Maybe have a light melody in there, but you don't want it to be too busy because they don't like that. If they're going to be talking over it and it's a lot of busy stuff going on, then you're not going to get the point across. And another tip, work with music libraries that have a track record of getting commercial placements. Usually music library websites, they're going to have a list of their credits on their site. So look for major brands, like if they had a McDonald's commercial or something on there, that's huge, or whatever, anything. Any well-known product or brand, Nike, something. Most libraries get some kind of placements, but I'm not going to lie to you, there's a lot of luck involved, because I don't think a lot of ad agencies or whatever are going to be regularly going to one library for this, because they're going to shop around. They're going to really find music that they want to use for their commercial. They might have to go through 10 libraries before they find the track that's perfect for what they want. So there's not really probably one library that's only getting commercials. And if there was, then everybody would be flocking to that one. You got to have good stuff, but then there is some luck to it. If you landed like 10 commercials a year, you'd be easily set, I think. So create good cut downs for your tracks. Listen to commercials and try to vibe off of those. And work with libraries that have some credits in the commercial field. I myself have gotten, I think, like 4 commercials or something now over my about 6 years of doing this. We'll get to some numbers in a little while. So let's say you do get a commercial placement. What do you do to make sure that you're getting paid on time? First thing I would do is contact the library, see what kind of information they have about it. They probably covered all their tracks because they have a skin in the game. They want to get their back-end royalties just as much as you do. So I'm sure that they got the codes and everything they need. But I always like to double check on that. Reach out to the PRO, submit a claim to say that, hey, my music was used on this commercial. Here, there's a service called Numerator. They're the ones responsible for creating ad codes whenever there's commercials on TV and whatnot. The American PROs use Numerator to track the usage of music in commercials. You might get a commercial placement, and there might be like 3 different edits of the commercial. Sometimes there's like a 15-second edit and a 30. There might be 2 different 15-second edits and a 30-second edit where just they change some small things about the commercial, but it's essentially the same footage. So if your music is used in a commercial, reach out to Numerator, try to find the ad codes, and then you can submit those ad codes to your PRO through your PRO dashboard. And if the library hasn't already done this, you'll cover your tracks by doing this. This will ensure that you don't miss any payments and you won't have late payments. I just like to cover my tracks for these kind of things because the commercial is a big one. If it was just random TV placements, I don't reach out for every single one of those. If enough time goes by and you don't get paid, then I would reach out. But for commercials, I like to nip it in the bud. Let's say that you had a non-exclusive commercial placement. So in this case, you might not know which library secured the placement. Hopefully you do if you look at your recent sales and you see the certain track sold for, this kind of license. Hopefully that is the case. But let's say you have sales of the same track on multiple libraries. Then you would probably want to reach out to the library and see if it was them that got the placement. You can take a look at which libraries this track is live on and which ones it has sold on, assuming that they display that information for you. Like you've got, you had 5 sales of this track last month. Chances are that library would be the one that got the placement, but obviously check. By the way, shout out to Numerator. I've contacted them before, and they've always been right on top of it, right on the ball. Like they respond quickly. Just great, a pleasure to work with them. So in this field, it's nice to see a entity that actually gets back to you quickly and efficiently and everything. So, okay, let's say you got an international commercial. Depending on what country or countries the commercial is broadcasting in, it may or may not be Numerator, because Numerator doesn't cover every single country. If you have an international commercial, just look up which entity handles the ad codes for that country or those countries, because it's going to be likely something different than Numerator if it's something in Europe or Asia or something. And basically, like anything in the sync licensing business, the more this commercial plays, the more money you're going to make. And I said earlier that I was going to discuss some numbers, so here we go. I think I've had 4 or 5 commercials so far. The first one I got was the biggest. So it was actually, strangely enough, it was a non-exclusive sale for one of my old tracks, just like a Hawaiian track. It wasn't even that good quality. It was decent, I found out about this placement through my PRO. I had the track on TuneSat, but it never detected anything. It was a commercial in the UK. I know that the channel was ITV2, which is one of their big ones, I think. I still, to this day, I don't know what product it was or what it was advertising. When I reached out to my PRO, they told me that it was airing on the channel ITV2 between the hours of, I think, 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. I got some decent money from this. The sync fee wasn't much because it was a royalty-free library, so I probably got like $20 in the first place, but I started getting PRO payments back when I didn't really get too many TV placements. So I was like, I got like $750 one PRO statement. I was like, I never get this. What is this? That's with my songwriter's share and the publisher's share, because it was a non-exclusive library. I keep the publishing. So that was great. And I got like between like $400 and $700 or $800 each quarter for about 6 quarters, maybe a little bit more than that. And after that, I still get probably $25 or $35 on any given statement from it. So it's probably airing still online somewhere or something. That was nice. That's not common at all for you to get a commercial placement on a royalty-free website. Jackpot. All right, so that was the first one. I had another commercial in Norway. I know what it was because TuneSat picked this one up. It was Safari chocolate cookies, which aired for about a month, and it was probably 150 airings or something as far as TuneSat detected. That one was a good quality track. It was also a royalty-free site. I know it was actually Audio Jungle, and it was the second highest tier of the license that you can get on there. So I got like probably $85 up front, even though they charge $200, $300, $400. I don't know, for the license fee on there. This one didn't earn quite as much. I think I got $17 for this placement. It was a month that it aired, and I don't think it aired anywhere else since. Though I still, once again, I get some recurring few bucks here and there. Those are my first 2 commercial placements. Another one, I don't know too much about it, but there was a car commercial on the radio that I got. I got the sync fee. I got $375 for a sync fee for that. It was probably $750 for the library, and you know, I get half of that. This was an exclusive library. Good quality track. It was one of my stomp and clap rock tracks. It's still too early. I only found out about this maybe 6 months ago, so I haven't gotten any back-end royalties from it yet, but I will keep you guys posted about that once I see that. One other, I guess might be a promo. I don't know if it's technically a commercial or a promo, but I had something on the MLB network. It's a commercial for the show High Heat on MLB. That was airing a lot. I'll get that in March, I think, the sync fees for that. That aired for, I think, 3 months, probably airing 5 times a day or something. So 3 months of that. It was a 10 or 15 second commercial. So we'll keep you posted on that. But the big one, the first one I got, was non-exclusive, and my back-end royalties, including songwriter and publisher, I earned about $2,200, I think, over the course of a year and a half, with still money trickling in here and there. So pretty good. If all your placements paid that much, then I think you'd do very well. Anyway, that's it today, guys. Be sure to subscribe. Let me know what you want me to discuss next, and we'll see you again next time on my sync licensing series on YouTube. New videos every Monday on this series, so tune in again.